How is it to be back at Frankfurt once again?
Yeah, well, my first book fair was 1970, so and I've never missed one. And it's always fun to see the change. When we were first here, we just sat in a plain little booth and just wrote down orders, and so the whole deal of the fair was completely different.
Sure.
And now we have, everything's on the screen, and we're talking about other things, more gossip than ever. The whole more complexity, and you get more elements, suppliers. The whole world has changed. Fewer main publishers, but then all the different services feeding in. It's a much richer world than 1970.
So as far as changes for Frankfurt are concerned, I mean, do you think it sort of mirrors the changes in the publishing world? Is it sort of
it does. I
married?
think it's one of the reasons so many people come, when they can read about the latest thing on all the social media and the listservs and stuff. So it's not as if we don't know what's happening, but there's this other element where we just want to see physically what the others are up to.
Yeah.
We want to have a beer with them, and you just pick up something different just by chatting at the fair, and you do bump into people you wouldn't normally meet.
Yeah.
So and that's the added element that the fair offers.
Yeah. And what's the main sort of change in the publishing industry from, say, 1970 to 2013 for you?
Well, the big change was the mid-90s for the journals, where we were able to deliver from online on digital form from platforms. So that really saved us. We didn't seem to have a very bright future in the early 90s. Prices were rising higher than inflation. Subscribers were dropping off. It just looked like a black hole. So they've been able to digitize our content and then have new pricing models related to the minimal extra cost of extra customers. Absolutely picked up the industry. So it's now, I think journals are, it's a very powerful tool in scholarly communication. And we're seeing different people here involved in that, the digital world obviously, and people with new ideas and offering new services. So you can very quickly put together a journal and add a lot of value with all the people around who can do this for you. So, and that's a lot of what this fair is about. A lot of the people here are, they're offering new ways of adding value. That it's nice to talk to them. Again, you can find out what they're doing, but it's just, there's no substitute for just chatting through it and bouncing off ideas.
And very quickly, finally, what is the Frankfurt Book Fair's best kept secret?
Well, I mean, I think it's a secret, but I was asked by somebody new to publishing. He came from the newspaper industry, and he was looking at these large stands, and I said, he said, what are they all doing? And I said, well, actually, they're largely having a good gossip. And it is actually getting a feel of what each other's doing in an informal way. I mean, we're not sharing vital competitive secrets, but we're just sort of understanding each other's position. We're all facing these huge changes in technology, which means changes in pricing models. We don't discuss pricing, but and that you just need to just talk through, and who's moving there, who's moving here, all that stuff that's part of the industry that you can't replicate, I don't think, with social media on the net.